Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Sorry, I'm trying to juggle too many things in my head at the same time. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I hope that it is a good one for you. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other. You have been so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. Don't forget, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can jump ahead, or you can watch back at a higher speed, whatever works for you. So, oh boy. Amy says, wearing, the green. Oh, there we go. I don't, honestly, I don't entirely know if there's Irish in my family tree. I just know that my father is a carrot top redhead. Doesn't necessarily mean he's Irish, but there's all kind of Gaelic genetics there. So I figured, let's do it. All right. All right. On today's episode, I got to warn you now. I am going to show you one funny thing, which we're going to need because there are 11 questions. Yes, and they are, I'm sorry to say, mostly rage-inducing. But we're going to get through this. We're going through the news together. That's what we do around here. Okay, on today's episode, despite a judge's order, more than 250 men were sent to an El Salvadoran mega prison. No due process of any kind. And Trump is voiding all of the last-minute Biden pardons we're trying to, including those for those who are on the J6 committee. We're going to look at that. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay. But you know how there's all this talk about what's on, your gender is what's on your birth certificate. You are, you have to, if you're a woman and you changed your last name, well, you can't vote and all, because it's not on your birth certificate. It's not on your birth certificate. Really. The word truth means original information. So if your birth certificate says you're a male, but you're trying to be female, the truth of the matter is you are male. To which someone responded very truthfully, my birth certificate says I'm also 9 pounds, 8 ounces. Things change, buddy. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. I was 4 pounds. I was 4 pounds even. But yeah, the things change. Do pull that rabbit out of your hat. Any chance you get. That answer. And go back here for 1 second. All right, then that wouldn't help. All right, so we're going to jump into Lewis drops mic. Exactly. Mic drop. Mic drop. All right. Oh boy. So, oh yeah. Lee B says, void the entire election. I like your thinking. Okay. So, oh boy. 4 minutes, 30 seconds in. Have you heard about the mass prisons in El Salvador? The pictures are often a bunch of men sitting on the ground. Well, Judge James Boasberg ordered the Trump administration to pause Trump's invoking of the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 and said that this included any planes that were still in the air. Any planes that were in the air at that moment had to be turned around and brought back to the U.S. All right. The men had not received a trial. They were going back to, I want to say Venezuela. I want to say these guys were Venezuela. I'm not sure. Anyway, the upshot is, the judge said, bring those planes back. Well, there was one plane that had more than 250 immigrants on it. Planes landed in El Salvador with over 250 immigrants who were accused of being gang members. Accused. Proof? No. The men had not received a trial, were placed in one of the El Salvadoran mega prisons. Trump says these people, they don't count, because the planes were already outside of U.S. airspace when Judge Boasberg made the order. So it was out of his jurisdiction. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we know that Trump can't be held responsible for anything he does while in office. Thank you, Supreme Court. That was a poke in the eye, Judge Boasberg. And so what's going to happen? Woodpile Witch says, oh, okay, you're right. Rage questions. I'm sorry. It's what's in the news. Oh, boy. Lisa K says, but what if they were over the Gulf of America? I love that. Kat says, so let the knots, headaches, and nausea begin. Yeah, I'm feeling a little... Yeah. Homan is not human. He can take his little jackboots and go home. There's a lot of minor arcana here, which means this is going to move at a snail's pace. This is just work-a-day world. Just working. Even if they try to fix it, all you need is somebody in Dumpy's administration to say, slow walk this. And these people are in a really bad situation. Absolutely on the defensive, not to mention terrified, adding insult to injury. I'm so sorry. Making America stupid. I think a lot of these people are they're going to be reunited with their families. I think there are people here who are going to be reunited with their families, but this is scary. This is scary. I'm not going to lie. The main thing I'm getting is slow walk. Roseblue says attorneys put in jail 2-day for contempt, emergency hearing in D.C. at 5 p.m. Attorneys have been put in jail or will be, and why is it the attorney's fault when they couldn't tell those planes where to go? Raymond's asking, are we great again yet? Yeah, pretty much. Will be. Okay. I'll look at it. Is anybody, hang on. At 10 minutes, 8 seconds, will anyone be held accountable? Will anyone be held accountable for this? Thank you for going through the news with me. It's going to be really hard to do it alone. Yes, no, yes, no, Judge is not going to like this at all. That was the plan, and you just fudged it, and what's what it's like, you know how how Felon 47 is. It's better to ask forgiveness than permission or whatever garbage. Slow walk, full. They did this on purpose. This is a bunch of arguing. I got a very unhappy judge, but and then if there is any pushback from the judge, they're going to try to take it to a higher court. Lewis, yes, non-criminals being put in jails while a real criminal sits in the Oval Office. Ding. Okay. Sydney Pool's asking, could the judge order them back immediately? I hope so. But then what's the likelihood that they're going to be like, oh, yes, I guess we have to figure out exactly in the paperwork, and gosh, golly, that's what I'm picking up on. Yeah. ACLU trying to do the right thing, humanitarian efforts to try to fix this. That's a big sword of truth that it puts some flunky in MAGA world, or flunkies in MAGA world. Oh, Sarah's reminding us, the judge did order them back, and Trump refused. Is that right? Did I get that? So that already happened? Oh, okay. Judge did order back, Trump ignored. Flight records reviewed by the Washington Post show that the 3 flights bound for El Salvador arrived after a judge barred deportations under the Alien Enemies Act. Thank you, Miss Sarah. I assume she's listening in. Disappointment. Yeah, there's a very unhappy judge, but what's going to happen? I mean, they can't hold Trump accountable. So the thing is what the Supreme Court has said, that anything that Fatuous 47 does while in office, that he is immune from prosecution. My question is, if he ignores a court order, is that also included? I mean, wasn't that the argument? It was like, wait a second, he could unalive somebody and pretend it was part of his job. So if anybody will be held accountable, we know it's not going to be him. Debsy says this is why Schumer voted for the CR to keep the courts operating. There we go. Anna says, yes, they can. He's not immune from disobedience of a court order. Are we sure? I mean, I hope so, but are we sure? Oh, Sarah sent some more information. On Saturday, a federal judge barred President Donald Trump from using a Wartime Powers Act to deport alleged Venezuelan gang members without a hearing. In this order, the judge instructed the administration to turn around any planes that had taken off after the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 went into effect. Okay. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. Do the thing and walk away. Oh, what? Huh? Who? Oh, gosh, I don't know. Yeah, but there's some action here, but what can it do? It hopefully it will help these people who've been sent to basically live in a torture camp without any due process. But as far as somebody being held accountable, crickets. Or maybe there'll be some token something. Yeah, the plane was not turned around. Exactly, Grace. Somebody should be held accountable. But there's nobody that this judge could hold accountable that Trump cares about. That Trump wouldn't willingly be like, oh, you poor thing, I'll give you a pardon. Or, look, there's under the bus. You should go look. There you go. Bye-bye. Cindy Pool's asking, will he take 1,000 people next time? All right, judiciary. Can stand up? Better stand up. All right. So Cindy Pool and Chemical Squirrel had the next question, which is where this is just crazy town. 1740. Okay. Ding. That was downstairs. All right. So Trump claims all the last minute pardons made by Biden are void because he says Biden used an autopen and had no idea what he was signing, and they just put it in front of him, and so it's not valid. Right. Nice try. This would also void all the January 6th, the pardons given to January 6th committee members. It's never been done before. Will it stick? This is one of the few absolute powers the president has. Lisa says every accusation is a confession. Okay. I need some moisturizer. Sorry, my hands get dry. So last minute pardons, huh? I've got a 3 of Cups here. I don't think he's going to be able to do this. I think this is dead in the water. Teresa Wilson says the absolute powers also apply to Biden. Dumpy thinks it's all just for him. Right. So I love that. A fashionista. I love that. A fashionista. All right. In the center, there's judgment, and it's major arcana. The major arcana here is the card for the reading, which is the Wheel of Fortune on top of the Hierophant, which is actually on top of the World. Huh, look at that. Those are the cards for the reading, which means, it's his, he was, that's part of being the president. He's no longer the president. What he signed stands. Why is Trump trying to do this now? What bug did somebody put in his ear? Because he's feeling very defensive. And that the Unselect Committee, I read the original post in all caps. It was stupid. That the Judgment and Happier People, Ace of Pentacles, you can't get there from here. I wonder if he's going to try to use either the DOJ or the IRS, or if he's not able to go after them legally, I wonder if he's going to try to hurt them financially in some way. I mean, if he orders it, if he tells the IRS to do it, he can't be held accountable. I don't like any of this energy. It's that kind of day. Yep. Some days the cards and the energy is kind of and some days it's like, dear great Gussie. Ick. So I'm just trying to spread out the major arcana. Whew. And good point about from Goral, and I know someone else mentioned it earlier. Thank you. National Archives debunks Trump's autopen conspiracy theories. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you. Yeah. Nice try. And this, thank you for bringing this up, Claude, but oh my gosh. He's such a child. He's such a child. So in talking about all of these tariffs and trying to, why do you want to take over Canada? Blah, 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 ick, stupid, spew. Fatuous 45 said, there's nothing in Canada the U.S. needs. Nothing. There's nothing in Canada the U.S. needs. Of course not. Therefore, if that's the case, could we see Canada temporarily halting all shipments of all products and energy to the U.S. just to prove Trump wrong? I really hope it doesn't come to that, because here a lot of people are going to get hurt. Oh, dear. Yes, Mr. Dill, he needs a pacifier. It's been a minute. I'm glad you're here. Deb, yes, horse hockey. Right. Okay. And anybody who okay, he is seen, I am certain, I'm nearly certain that someone in his administration showed him at some point a map that shows distribution of different what's the word I'm looking for, basics, commodities, what's the word I'm looking for, resources. And if you look at a map of the continental US and then Canada, and it's all green where there are forests you can cut down to make the stuff. With 340 million people, what's left of our forests, you'd have to cut down all the national parks, and it still wouldn't be enough. So you get little on the map, you get little spots, green, and then you look up at Canada, and this whole swath is just trees. But no, they don't have anything. And it says most of our auto parts are made in Canada. There we go. Sherry's suggesting he might rethink that when Trump Tower in NYC goes dark. There we go. Thank you, Rose Blue. Thank you. People are smuggling eggs from Mexico now. He's going to start complaining that we don't want eggs from Mexico because you get brown people hatching from them. I don't know. Chris Cole says aluminum and iron. Yeah. Oh, Giovanna, I'm just glad you're here. Yeah. DL says this is a lot of distraction, isn't it? So he is a grade A idiot, and disappointment, trade agreements. Yeah, trade agreements. Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords. Yeah, he still wants to take over Canada. He's just lying. That's it. He's just lying. That's it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cosmic Goat Lady asked this yesterday, I think, 2645, about the Resolute Desk. Now we know why the Resolute Desk isn't, or at least last I saw, wasn't in the Oval Office, because it was taken away. The whole flippin' thing, this massive, heavy desk, was taken away to be repaired because a little kid wiped snot on it. Can't just clean it. You have to. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it's the capital letters are great, but could we, if you use that red light emoji and what have you, I think that I worry that it's like something like, oh my gosh, right now let's not use that emoji. Okay, but thank you. So the question here is the Resolute Desk no longer in Washington, D.C., but in one of the Trump-held properties, or a storage unit that's in Dumpy's name? Wanimo points out very, very correctly, farmers need fertilizer from Canada. Mm-hmm. They provide 90% of potash to us. It's a basic input for all farmers. There we go. That's one of those words I've seen so many times and I've never said it out loud. Oops. Okay. Resolute Desk. And how exactly do you repair the Resolute Desk? Do we still have... You're going to say we still have some boards from the original Resolute, the ship, to make repair? Okay. I agree, Cindy Poole. Felon 47 is full of fertilizer. Yes. Potash. Thank you, Rose Blue. Yeah. Okay. So the desk. He always tries to walk away with stuff at the end. Right now, I think they really are taking care of it. Adding insult to injury. Oh, that's one of his properties. Because of the kid. Because of the kid's not. But victory in the star, and yeah, I think he does try to take stuff, but I don't know. The desk is a little... You can't smuggle it out in a banker's box. Do you know what I mean? And most of the stuff that Trump has taken that he shouldn't have could be held in your arms. some flunky could walk out with a bust of Abraham Lincoln, or didn't the FBI find that there were some top secret documents stored in picture frames behind the pictures? Something like that? Yeah. Laura is asking, is the original Constitution still in the National Archives? Yeah, he wasn't able to get, I think it was the Declaration of Independence, or was the Constitution, one or the other. He wasn't able. They were like, no. But there were official copies made. 10 copies made by Adams. So one of those is going into the Oval Office. But the originals are like, no. Those things are forever in hermetically sealed containers full of argon instead of air, and with all kinds of UV light blocking, and yeah. Thank you, Nettie. It was a declaration. Lewis is wondering who read it to him. Yes, Rose Blue. They're in an underground safe room. Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't. My understanding is it wasn't paper as we think of it. And it's not necessarily aging well. Okay. Resolute Desk, it's around, but that was funny. They got the kid right in the middle with the cup because of liquidish. Anyway, that's gross. But the cards were spot on. That was funny. All right, at 32:15, GD is wondering if there will actually be elections in 2026. Will there actually be midterm elections? The House. Okay, and this is a whole other thing. Okay, riddle me this, because I can't figure it out. The House, under Speaker Mikey the heretic, the House has prevented a vote against Dumpy's tariffs for the rest of this year. How? Because by proclamation, by whatever, they said that I'm lost my place. They're calling this year one long day. So they're just changing how we track time. Just let me see if I can get the actual wording, because I heard the actual wording, but it's been a couple of minutes. Let me see if I can get the actual wording, because it was crazy. Yeah, I know. Amy, huh? Yeah. This is from The Hill. We can look at this together. It did. Share. All right. House GOP blocks Democrats from forcing vote on repealing Trump's tariffs. This was on the 11th. Okay. But here we go. House Republicans back then. Okay. A week ago or so. Approved a provision that prevent Democrats from forcing a vote for the remainder of the year. This means that any legislation to undo the national emergency declaration Trump used to impose tariffs would have to go through a process subject to approval by the House GOP leadership, rather than under a fast-track process the Democrats were hoping to utilize. Another. And then, of course, Chip Roy said something incredibly stupid. And hang on one second. I'm trying to see where that thing is because they messed. Oh, here we go. Republicans quietly outed the language regarding the expedited process to repeal a national emergency to a rule, a procedural resolution that also set the parameters for debate on a spending patch, which is approved by the House on Tuesday afternoon. It reads, each day for the remainder of the first session of the 119th Congress shall not constitute a calendar day for the purpose of Section 202 of the National Emergencies Act, with respect to a joint resolution terminating a national emergency declared by President Dumpy. Each day for the remainder of the first session shall not constitute a calendar day for the purpose of this. So we're just going to change time. So that was one thing. And then there's the question of the midterms. I know, Mark. What the what? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Sherry put it very well. MAGA decided the entire congressional session is only one day because that process allows 15 days for a vote. They decided in that case to change it to one day. Everything's one day. Stupid. It burns. So you can just change time. You can just, don't feel like it. Elizabeth, that is awesome. And when they came for the calendars, I did nothing because I wasn't a calendar. Yes. Musical note too. It's good to see you. And the clock strikes 13. Yeah. Okay. This is a little shaky. Temperance, using resources, running their mouths. Who do you go to? I mean, seriously, who do you go to? And this wasn't today. This was written a week ago. So this has been sitting out there, and have you heard anything about this until now? I haven't. Yes, Rose Blue, a really long day. Kind of like what we've been going through for the last 56 days that feel like 56 years. That says something considering I'm 53. Okay, so then the following question is about the midterms. Because if they can do this, then what? You can say that, I mean, this is so unbelievably stupid. Oh, is the midterm, is it 2 years until the midterm? Well, if it's one long day, well, then we don't have to have we don't have to have a midterm election for decades. And I know that the elections are mainly run by the states, but that's a whole lot of stupid. That is stupidity for the ages, as 'twere. Yeah, Sherry. If I could save time in a bottle. Change all procedures under the speaker. Midterm elections. Yeah, they're going to play games. But we know that. We know they're going to play games. This is not a surprise. That is why Democrats absolutely must vote. All of us, every last one of us, everyone, no exceptions. Unless you have a doctor's note, we will not accept. Disney Post says Dems have a 27% approval now. Yikes. Well, part of that is Democrats attacking Democrats. And that's why I've been trying to say as clearly as I can. Do not get mad at Democrats. Seriously, you may not like what the Democratic leaders are doing. You may wish they did something different, but reserve your ire for the Republicans, who 100% deserve it. Because every word we say against fellow Democrat, we can say, oh, in that situation, I would do this. I do wish that we had younger people in charge, and that will happen. I wish it would happen faster. But the main problem is the Republicans. And we've got to even push fellow Democrats to focus. So, midterm elections. Okay, those are Democratic voters. We are very disappointed. We are sick of the MAGA garbage. There's going to be, even on the MAGA side, there are going to be a lot of sleepless nights and worry. Project 2025 and MAGA feeling very beaten up. Good. As long as it's not literal, as long as it's not violent. They're going to try shenanigans, but we can overcome that. We really can, but we have to vote above and beyond. So, Musical Neptunian says, Tom Baker does not approve of this change to the time-space calendar. It's not wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, Congress. This is why I want to go through the news with you. All right. Okay. At 43:10, Lisa Wiley had a question. Will Tesla file for bankruptcy? Please say yes. Lisa Wiley. Will Tesla file for bankruptcy? Please say yes. Autumn is a Whovian. Of course I am. You know I love all kind of sci-fi, fantasy. I'm rewatching Warehouse 13 right now. I think I'm on season 4. Just started season 4. Oh, MS, you're so sweet. Autumn is all things cool. Oh, why, thank you. Tesla, come on down. Oh, that's right. You are falling down. An embarrassment. Your resale value is non-existent. A giant fire trap. Katie and Proud says, I'm watching Eureka. Just started season 2. Oh, that's next on my list. Thank you. Anyway. Trying to focus, but this stuff is so... All right, Tesla. Okay, they're facing big judgment. We know that. Tesla, exactly, Rose Blue. I'm so sorry. Tesla. Hold on. Tesla stocks currently down 5% today. Yeah, decisions. If you're driving one, chances are you're either MAGA or people think you are. Ace of Cups. We're gonna rain on their parade. King of Pentacles and the Sun. There aren't enough. There aren't enough MAGA to keep Tesla afloat. Yes, Jose. Tesla stock is falling down. Falling down. Swastikars. Yes. Ace of Pentacles. Big money. Let's go for the reading. There's the Dynasty. This is some kind of legal action and chaos. Yeah, I'm getting free fall. I'm getting a mental image of somebody falling from a plane, trying to get their chute to open. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. So, having said that, Claude is bringing up something that Tesla did that may be all kinds of illegal. So, Claude's pointing out that Tesla may face an investigation for mass claiming of Canadian, is it iZEV rebates? iZEV? Tesla may face an investigation after 4 stores in Canada snapped up $43 million in electric vehicle rebates in a single weekend from January 10th to 12th. $43 million. The suspicious activity happened immediately after it was announced the federal iZEV program would soon be paused. One Tesla store claimed 2,558 sales on a single Saturday. Isn't that amazing? Who'd have thunk it? That would be 70 people working 12 hours straight selling cars. Did Muck order the location to cook the books? If so, will there be a penalty for Tesla in Canada? Roseblue, the Canadian rebates? Yes. Fiscal says, Tesla, books on fire. Yes, Mark, 8,600 swastikars sold in 72 hours. It's all computer. Jeffrey is saying no dealership sells that many cars in a month. Ding! Oh, like the Emperor. I'm getting Tesla just sinking deeper into this MAGA hole. So, I'm trying to move their stuff, but nobody actually buying it. Hangman suspension. So sales are awful. I mean, awful. Major Arcana awful. Knight of, this is an aggressive action. But this is just sinking. Nobody but MAGA buying these things. Now, are these dealerships going to, is the Canadian government going to say, excuse you, that's fraud? Because it depends on how that program was written. See, there should be big judgment, but it's trying to stir things up. This is Just silence. I'm not getting a lot. And I'm really not getting that it's going to hurt Muck. So, oh boy. Okay. Oh, Design Media FX, I hope you feel better. Okay, so Jennifer Parr had brought this up, and I'm glad I'm getting around to reading on it, because we're going to Wisconsin. Put your shoes on, kids. We're going to Wisconsin. Susan Crawford. Will Susan Crawford be elected to the Wisconsin Supreme Court? Her opponent is in the Orange Felons camp. Quite literally, ads say to vote for her opponent. Okay, so Susan Crawford's opponent in running for the Wisconsin Supreme Court says, vote for me, and there will be a drawing for you, that if you vote for me, you can enter a drawing to visit Mar-a-Lago. This is all kinds of illegal. All kinds of illegal. But then again, Muck did it. Muck did it more clearly. Do this, you can win $1 million, or you'll get all this money if you vote this way. And it's like, no. So Susan Crawford's opponent to be on the Wisconsin Supreme Court is saying that if you vote for, I'm guessing it's a him, I don't have a name here, that, you'll be entered. Your chance to go to Mar-a-Lago. Rose Blue says an illegal lottery, just like in Pennsylvania. Yep. Woodpile Witch says, okay, I want to cuss profusely. Oh, yes. You are not alone. Chaos. This is just chaos and stupidity. I'd love to say that I've got justice right in the middle of this, but yeah. First of all, you're a fool if you think you'd actually win. But chaos, aggressive MAGA tactics, this is not good. This is don't vote for this person. This is just people being taken advantage of who are in a bad situation. Okay, but seriously, isn't this person going to be held legally in the Wisconsin Supreme Court? PIMDA. And boy, do Republicans in Wisconsin, do they get mad anytime there's anyone left-leaning who's added to the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fury. I mean, if you could tap into it, their fury would light Chicago for a day. All right. Daily $1 short. Well, it's sad that anybody would even have to do this or even try to do this. You don't have a good platform. You don't have a good message if you even think this is a good idea. World refusal. The problem is you need whoever is the attorney general in Wisconsin to do something. And I know while the governor is a Democrat in Wisconsin, which also infuriates the Republicans there, I don't know if they're, does anybody know? I honestly don't know who the attorney general of Wisconsin is. So please tell me this is illegal. Well, we know it's illegal. Go vote. Sitting pretty. There's some money. I'm not getting the cards I want to see that say, yes, this is illegal, this is wrong. I'm just not getting it. Okay. Oh, Dorinda says, Josh Call, a Democrat? No, it says Josh Call. Okay. Oh, the Attorney General. Okay. I thought for some reason I was thinking the person running against Susan Crawford. Okay. So maybe, but I'm not getting cards for this person being held accountable. I'll have to keep an eye on that. And I could be wrong. I am not, you know me, I'm not a reader who's like, I'm always right. No. It's not how this works. I read on the collective energy. And there is nothing I do that you couldn't. By the way, I probably have more experience considering I do this every single day, and I have for over 5 years doing this every single day, and then I did it before then as well. So I may have more experience, but all of our souls are pieces of the divine. I am as special as you are. You are as special as I am. So Lewis says, if I had a cuss jar, I could buy a swastika. That's hysterical. I love that. Okay. Okay. Let's just end. Oh, Mr. Dill, thank you. Let's roll over these last couple of questions for tomorrow, and let's do a card for us at 57:35. And thank you for going through the news with me. You made this bearable. News with friends, because wow, it's unpleasant to go through the news on your own. So, Lou says, wow, the hour flew by. It did. All right. Message for us. Look for the humor. Definitely look for the humor. Expectations. That's the word I'm getting. Expectations. It's going to be a lot easier to get through all of what's happening, all that is going to happen, if you realize that it's not going to be all good for them, but this is going to go on for a while. But they're also very burdened, and things will change. Honestly, over the next few years, just what AI is going to do and the changes that's going to make in our civilization is going to be massive. There are huge changes coming, and we know they can't keep up. But if you don't give in to despair. That's really what this is. Set your expectations that, if you have to sing the old Billy Joel song, we didn't start the fire, do that. But we're going to get through this, and we're going to be on the right side of history. Nobody can take that away from you. All right. So take a deep breath, do some self-care, and keep being positive and productive. Seriously. All right. Exactly, Rob D. Don't let the fascists get you down. Exactly. All right. That's going to do it for me for today. But thank you for being here. All right. It is 1:17 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Sarah. We're going to be productive. We're not going to talk about politics, but we're going to get a lot done. And you can come by and get a lot done on your to-do list. And other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. So thank you. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. Hang in there. Happy St. Patrick's Day. All right. Take care.